Welcome everybody to the Daily High with your host Matt McGregor and Tone Vase. The air has gone out of the balloon, and it's not good. Not a good weekend. Not a good week. Not a good month. Tone, how are you, mate?
I'm good. I'm good. I was just joking with Matt right before the show when we're both like, man, this is terrible. And I said, you know what's making me happy right now? All those comments over on a Friday all day long. Oh, Tony went from 100% long to 20% long. Time to go all in, leverage. All those tone-based counter traders. I hope you guys are still in those leverage longs right now. It's literally the only thing that's making me happy right now.
Yeah, World of Rusty actually reached out to me throughout the weekend, and he really appreciated the shout out on the show the other night, and we was we were mentioning it as well. As like I thought you were a bit premature to go 100% short, or no, 100% in cash, I should
Almost.
say. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and but no, it turned out to be a smart move. But we'll see what happens. Let's go through the charts right now. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. We won the football. That's 3 from 3. We're top of the ladder, so I'm really happy over here in Tokyo. That's the only silver lining I've got. There is another silver lining. What am I talking about? It's right here on the daily time frame. This is what I said I was looking for. At least. If we were to drop, this is the spot that I'm hoping has potential to reverse the market. Why? We're on the MRI support and resistance level right now. I don't want to see us tear through that. Currently, we would be putting in a higher low to back here, is what I've been talking about all last week. It was the theme of last week's show that I'm still bullish somewhat in this zone for a buy the dip opportunity as long as we sort of stay above here, this 68 level. And we have at the moment, it's not been printed yet, but there is a green diamond on the daily time frame for alphanumerics. Okay. So the daily time frame has in the past been, how can I put this? Sometimes it's been insane, unbelievable. Looks like it was just cherry picked looking back through history. And other times it's not been enough to hold up the market. It's been a good buy in time. Like in 6 months from that daily green diamond, it was like, well, I should have bought that daily green diamond. But there was more blood on the street before you saw profits on that. So if you were looking at a spot buy, just to that I always build up metrics as a counter play to the DCA strategy, rather than just dollar cost averaging in every single day, every week, whatever your system is. Once the first of the month, every month, it's not a bad option to do. And the fact that Bitcoin is even still at 61,000, any amount of time you have done that has been a good move to have done. But as a counter argument, I would say just save that money every single week, and then when you get a daily green diamond, your first daily green diamond, then start deploying the money. That should be the point where you start the DCA, from that point, not from before that point. And I'll just go back. I'll just put it on auto for a second. I did this last week, but we might have some more people watching now, especially because the price is falling. There might be a bit more interest or worry in the charts right now. So look, this is a daily green diamond as it stands right now in real time at 61,000. The last daily green diamond was right here. Great buy. Okay, but it still took time. It took weeks for that to pay off, and it absolutely did. The time before that is Tone's favorite buy of all time, that daily green diamond there. So that's three right now, potentially. But this is the issue when the wave is red. There's one right here at the absolute bottom. Fantastic. 4 from 4. Well, if you include the one that we're currently in. I'm being facetious in including the one we're currently in. But this is the issue that we get, where these two here, they looked all right in the moment, and they did sort of have a recovery if you were looking for a scalp buy, but there was still a lot lower to go. And this is the big issue here, that if this was your went 100% long here, you went through a bloody long period of time with these buys here before they came into profit. 47, 39, 33, 30, 28. So this is what I'm saying. So like it could be a good buy the dip strategy, and in fact it is a better buy the dip strategy, a DCA, to buy here, 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 here on all these green diamonds, and then you'd come into great profit on the upswing. But that takes a lot of commitment to actually be that long-term minded. But if you're a dollar cost averager, then why not? This is what I'd talk about. So they can be fantastic buys quickly, or they can be drawn out and not as good. So this is why I always up the time frame. So this for the daily time frame for an asset like Bitcoin, it is very, very volatile. So you tend to want to look at least a 3-day time frame. I've found that it's actually a better option. But to it's worth noting that the first of the green diamonds has come in now. So we're on guard right now for a good buying the dip. At this point, from here and below is at least something better than anywhere throughout this whole period prior to that. Now, let's go up the time scale to the 3-day. I know I talked about this the other day. Way, way, way more rare. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I won't go further back there. There's only been 4 since 2000 and, from we'll call it from here. From 2015, there's been 4 3-day green diamonds, and they have all been fantastic buys. Yes, this one, the price went a bit lower, but if you were instead of your DCA daily, weekly, monthly buy, if you just stacked your cash, it still has value, and then deployed 50%, 50%, or 100%, 100%, fantastic, sensational. You would have been the best trader in the world. 100%, 100%, 100%. It went a bit lower. You waited a bit of time. Best trader of all time.
Let me ask you a question on this regard,
Go ahead,
right?
mate.
So,
Go ahead.
move the chart a little bit to the right, so you maximizing the number of candles on the screen. Perfect. Okay. So when you say you save cash and you buy the 2 green diamonds in 2022, I'm just using those 2 green diamonds as an example.
Yep.
Where would people exit at the top when the wave turns red? Because there are no red diamonds to counterbalance the exit to start accumulating that cash, right? So, or are you just saying, like, at which point do people stop entering? Because obviously, like where in 2021, based on your model, would you exit? The 2 times the wave went red, back
No.
in April and October of 21?
Unbelievable question. Unbelievable question. And thank you. This is not for people. This whole theory that I've got here is not for people who are looking to trade their Bitcoin. It's not for people who are looking to leverage their Bitcoin. This is for people who are stacking sats. It's for the people who want to DCA and just get as much Bitcoin as they can for the 10 years, 20 years. It's the Michael Saylors. If Michael Saylor had followed the green diamonds with his money, it would have turned out a million% better for him. It's for those kind of people who view Bitcoin as an asset to hold for the next decade or more, but don't know when to buy. This is when to buy and hold. So I'm in from here. I actually upped it even further to the weekly time frame.
Before we go there, like what? And you went there.
Yeah,
But let's say
no,
before you go
yeah,
there, right?
before you thought,
So,
you're right. Yeah.
so what I'm saying is, based on what you just
Yeah.
described, my
Yeah.
concern is if you slide the chart a little bit to the right. No, the
The
other
other
way.
way. Yeah,
The
right.
other way.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there, right. You had that green diamond on the COVID crash, right?
Yeah.
But then you have no other green diamonds, right? So in which but you do expect people to still enter Bitcoin, right? Like you are acquiring cash if you have a day job, right? So
Yeah.
you can't just buy only on that day. The next time you get a green diamond is a year later, right? So what do
It's
you
years
do in
later.
between?
It's even more
3
than
years
that.
later.
It's
3
yeah,
years
yeah,
later.
yeah. It's even
What do you
more
do
than
in
that.
between?
Well, this is only one of the strategies of the multiple strategies we have. There's plenty of ways to
Gotcha.
buy and trade Bitcoin any other time,
Gotcha.
but this is for the accumulator. Do you know the
Right.
accumulator for the guy who could have bought from 20,000 all the way down to 3,000, bought at 3,000, and like me is still holding that today. I'm still holding this today. I'm still holding the 17,200 today. I bought all 3 of them in not with that's actually the majority of my Bitcoin that I hold right now. There's like 3 trades that I've made and then my trading results are lackadaisical at this point. Like I've given back half the money that I made this year already in this last few months for bad trading. I'll be the first to admit it. But I've never for a second regretted any of those 3-day green diamond, weekly green diamond buys I've made. That is in cold storage and is the best thing I ever did in my life. So I mean, it's just changed everything for me. So that's what I'm saying to bring it back into
Gotcha.
perspective. Whether you're a good trader or not, to get into that trade at that insane opportune time and then just hold it for 5-10 years, I don't think you'll outperform it in any of your 20x trading. So to my point, the daily has come in now. All right. That doesn't mean that's the end of the line like a weekly green diamond or a 3-day green diamond, but it is a sign that the market is weak. This is a counter trend indicator. It's something. The 3-day is now next in my mind. So the dailies come in. What am I looking for next? Now my mind goes to the 3-day time frame, and there's open space for that to happen, especially if we crack through $56,000 down here. My lord, is a green diamond on the cards there, and you will hear me shouting from the rooftops if we get a 3-day green diamond come in with the perspective of a year to come. You know, that's all I'll say about that. I'll just end on the weekly time frame. We'll be talking about this all week, I get the feeling. We've still, yeah, we've opened the week. This candle's wrong. Obviously, we've opened the week poorly. I'm definitely seeing this 30 simple moving average as being the next spot in the sand here, which is at 58,000. Damn, 58,000, which would still be fine for me. Absolutely, totally fine to come down and touch on the 30 simple moving average here, which we tend to do a lot. Still put in a higher low, ideally, than 56, 57,000. And have a chance to recover from this and try and get like some kind of Selgin pattern occurring here. I'd love to know your thoughts on that. I'm coming back right now. We'll be in this thick and deep all week. So before you go any further, please like and subscribe. Please share it with your friends. Please use the affiliate links in the discount group below. Over the weekend, we had two warnings for bullish trades on the bang box in the beta testing. We got 25 people in the beta testing. Twice it came to almost a buy, but the buy didn't trigger, and then the price kept crashing. But I really like it. Actually, I will just show that really quickly because it's really, really interesting on the 15-minute time frame. We are so close to releasing this, and you asked me before, like, well, if you were in reference to like those green diamonds on the weekly time frame, like when would you, if you're only, or a 3-day time frame, like, is that your only buys you're going to have in a few years? Well, there's plenty of other opportunities to accumulate Bitcoin, and I think Bangbox is the way to go. Look at this. These are, we call them preps, so that means get ready because it's possible your buy signal's coming in soon. This looked like a prepping situation on the 15-minute time frame. Like we come down, we had gotten to. I'll try and get it that a bit clearer for you guys. Give me a second. We had come down, we'd gotten up, didn't get above the 200 EMA here. We got above it here, and it looked like we were about to take off. Prepare yourself. But no, it didn't execute the trade, and I'm glad it didn't execute the trade. But I like this because every time the price goes lower, so does the EMA here and the conditions for entry. So at one point, this is going to fire. We will draw down. We will get meander wherever it goes. We'll get better entries anyway, and we'll catch it back on the way up. So I'm coming back now. Bangbox didn't fire any signals, but it got pretty close at one point. All right, Tone, mate, take us through it.
All right. Let's go to the charts. I'm gonna just a sneak peek. I have my own spreadsheet. I haven't filled it out yet for the week. The ETFs sold Bitcoin every single week this week. What I find interesting is BlackRock actually did not sell much. There was a holiday in the middle of the week. BlackRock ended up the only ETF in the green. Oh, no, looks like Invesco did as well a little bit, but we don't have Friday's data yet, and Friday was not a good day. But BlackRock by about 20 Bitcoin, but GBTC continues to sell a lot, and Fidelity actually went backwards quite a bit. I guess here's what this tells me. This is actually interesting. It tells me that people investing in the BlackRock ETF are actually more long-term holders. And people invested in a Fidelity ETF are more active traders. And
Mm.
I bet you Bitcoiners are more invested in a Fidelity ETF, and Bitcoiners like myself are going in and out of Bitcoin. Meanwhile, the institutional investors that BlackRock caters to, the non-Bitcoiners, look like they have the more solid hand. They're willing to hold through it. As interesting as that
Ironic.
sounds, yeah,
Ironic.
as ironic as that sounds, it's the Bitcoiners that are more panicking short term, myself included, versus the old gray hairs that decided to put money into Bitcoin for the long term. I find that very, very interesting. At least that's my assumption. I'm going to go to the most important chart right now, and that is the daily chart. It's the most important chart because this is the worst red candle we've had in a while. This candle was down. Um, well, this is today's candle, basically. It's not even over yet, but at the moment it's down 3.5%. If we go up here, this is just over 3% by the end of the candle. It did rally a bit. And now we have to go all the way back to right before the MRI buy back in May. And that's a candle that was down 5%. This is what we are looking at. Just like this other capitulation candle that was followed by another nasty candle, we were able to reverse off a very critical moving average off of an MRI buy with reversal candle. At the moment, that is my hope. My hope is that tomorrow, the daily MRI reverses the market. Also, if we're lucky, we will not break the MRI resistance line. At the moment, we are breaking it, but we have to close below the MRI resistance line to break it. So if we don't close below the MRI resistance line, and you see that little green circle just showing up again, it really depends on where this is in relation to the line. And then tomorrow, if we get a big crash in a reversal candle, and the cleaner the reversal candle, the more bullish I will be tomorrow. And again, I go to my best buy of this decade right here, where we had a beautiful reversal hammer candle bouncing off two moving averages. You only see one moving average here, but the other one is a 200-day moving average, which is also right here. They were at the same level if I switch that yellow one. And it came in a green diamond. The reason why Matt has a green diamond and I don't is because my alphanumerics is set to a setting called reverse. I prefer the reverse setting. I don't like to catch falling knives. I like to buy strength. I want to wait for the reversal. For me, there is no green diamond yet. But the moment we get a green candle, or what looks like a green reversal candle, the green diamond will show up. Now you see that green little dot. I would love for the green dot to be in play and not to be broken on a close-end candle basis. And at the same time, I would love for the price of Bitcoin to swing below 60,000 on tomorrow's candle and reverse into a hammer candle. That would make me a buyer. Like I've been saying, I didn't really see this area as being support. But right now we are flirting with 60 and a half. I didn't think 61 would reverse us, but a reversal candle that swings into 59 and a half, reverses and closes above the MRI support line at 61 is a buy the dip opportunity for me. But I'm not going to be very confident, and here's why. You are about to have the mother of all moving average resistance points. This is an upcoming disaster. So there's two things I'm going to do here. First of all, I have a channel, and my rule on any trend line, horizontal or angled trend line, is to touch the maximum number of candles without breaking any of their bodies. This line to me is no longer accurate. It is breaking way too many bodies. I am going to extend it to right here. This creates a line that now touches the maximum number of candles with very little body breaks. Now we're still touching this dip. We're touching this dip without breaking any bodies. We've got 2-3 bodies broken right here. This is pretty much right there. I'll take that. This body I don't consider broken. not breaking any bodies, and now we're not breaking any candle bodies here either. This now creates the middle of that channel, smack in the middle of this cluster. And this puts the horizontal support line right at the MRI support line. I hate the fact that we've broken below the 128-day. I can definitely delete this. It is now cluttering my chart. We did not get the reversal. We had a chance. We had a little chance right here, right off of this MRI, right off of these moving averages. And the moment we got this red star candle, it was in trouble. The moment we broke the moving average, the moment this candle got rejected, it was over. And I don't like it at all. Tomorrow, there is a high probability of a reversal, but the chances of going above 65.5 or 66 are incredibly, incredibly low. The 20-period moving average is crashing. It's about to break both of these. If I go back to my allocation chart, I'm still in a 20% bullish position, and the only thing that's keeping me there, is the daily reversal tomorrow. And if it gets back to 65 and is getting rejected at 65, that would be the time to go fully cash or even short. There could be, for the first time in a while, a short position. As crazy as that sounds, especially going into a zone of our cycle, the 4-year cycle going bullish. If Bitcoin, and this is way counting your chickens ahead, if Bitcoin reverses tomorrow, goes to 66, 65, 66, and starts to get rejected hard, that is a potential short opportunity. Ugly old goats 40,000 is absolutely in play, especially on a catastrophic COVID-like panic. And I'm definitely not going to be in a long trade for that, but I wouldn't mind profiting from a short. Okay. What kind of short? Well, hopefully Bitcoin options on ETFs will be out in a week or two. If I'm lucky, I have no idea. I need to keep an eye on that. I would love to buy a put or two. Weekly chart, disastrous again. Red star candle, not something we want to see. One more thing I didn't say on a daily scale, the CMF is as ugly as it gets. Look at this. This is bad. And the low usually comes in long after the reversal. If we look at the last time we were this low, it was back in March of last year. That's bad. Right there, March of last year. Let's be specific. We crashed on the CMF this badly. March 9th. Let's go to the price. Look at that. But also notice, March 10th is not March 9th. March 9th was the big capitulation day. Then we had the reversal. So again, oh, that looks good. It was 1 day later. But you still had a few days to get into that trade. That's promising, actually. But the low in CMF needs to reverse. Usually CMF hits a low, multiple candles before the reversal comes. So let's see if that CMF greatly reverses tomorrow. If we get a snap reversal in CMF, it means there is massive buying coming in. It's never going to be as good as this buy. But I don't know. It depends on what's more important, the 128-day moving average or the MRI support line, which we're on the verge of cracking. Also, one more thing I want to look at is the BitMEX funding rate. How do I? Oh, here it is. It's not catastrophically crashing either. Potentially, you want to see this, this, and this. All right, guys, I kind of spent a lot of time on these. I'm not going to talk about the rest much. 4-hour chart. Ooh, MRI buy on later today at the end of the day as the daily is flipping. This is going to be an MRI buy on a 4-hour in line with an MRI buy on the daily. That's promising, but I would love to see one more step down. I want to see us break 60 I want to see a third consecutive hourly MRI right there. I'm going to go through it quick. I already mentioned this. Oil, not interesting. Gold, probably not interesting. And the markets aren't trading yet. S&P 500 just started trading. I want to see where it opened. And S&P 500 opening up at the open, that is not a good thing. It's not good because if it opens up at the open and the S&P rallies for the next 30 minutes, guess what's going to happen? The 10 a.m. reversal was likely to snap it back down. I would rather see the S&P crash for the first 30 minutes of the market and then catch the 10 a.m. reversal to the upside. Not something I'm interested in. And here goes Nvidia. Again, there was a chance to short Nvidia on Friday right here at 130 when it perfectly closed the gap. I did not just add this line after. This line was actually there. This was the best fit line. It perfectly went back there. Again, I didn't
We
think.
said that in the show. We said that in the show.
Yeah, we said it in the show. If it closes the gap, there's a shot that closed the gap on a 10-minute candle, which is my favorite short-term candle. Perfectly MRI top. This was my other opportunity to short Nvidia. I was actually so pissed I missed the trade. I didn't want to look at it. So by me being pissed, I missed another opportunity to short Nvidia. It's over. I screwed up. I'll wait another decade for another opportunity like this. I don't want to ever look at an Nvidia chart again. That was just bad. On a daily scale of Nvidia, my target is incredibly low. My target is over here in the 90s. I missed my perfect trade. I'm not really sure what to do. It's kind of like in poker when you're on tilt. And the best thing to do is to just relax and not do anything. There's your MRI pop, warning candle, MRI sell candle on the daily, and the monthly will be here next month. Man, we're a reversal. I think Nvidia is going back below 100, but it's already half the way there. So for me, it's too late. Hopefully, people took a trade. All right, guys, let's wrap this up. And I gotta get back to the city for a few days, and then off to Wisconsin and Minnesota. I'm gonna see Joe Saz and a couple other friends up in the Midwest.
Wow. Awesome. All right. Well, you enjoy the beautiful part of America there. Have a great time. I think the key takeaway from the show today is yes, the sky might be falling, but I really, really liked your analysis today, and I agree perfectly. It would tickle me pink if we had a reversal tomorrow on a double consecutive MRI bottom off a daily green diamond, regular green diamond that did pull us back to 66. I think that was a fair comment. There's a hell of a lot of above at that point. I think that was a very, very good call there. And we'll see for the downside. But for the downside, the point of the show is that like the 3-day green diamond, a weekly green diamond, they're not positions you want to trade. They're positions you want to buy and hold and then just sell little bits when you need money. That's not a trading position. That's a stacking position. So if so be it, if it comes to that, then you're in luck that you got to be a part of a 3-day or a weekly green diamond if it is to play out. But hopefully it reverses. Have a wonderful night. Stay strong. See you tomorrow.